Hi guys, here I am back in front of the camera again for a change. As you know, it's not very often. A while back I did a video review of my RS Prop Masters Sandtrooper helmet. I'll try and work it out and get a link probably up here somewhere. I'll try and get it, link. And the helmet has been brilliant. I have since bought the rest of the armour. The backpack is here, and I am now a member of the 501st Legion. What I did buy, which is the subject of this particular video, is a HyTechToyz Stormtrooper voice changer system to go in the helmet. I will quickly change now. I'm going to put on part of the armour. I'm not going to put the full armour because it would take too long and I can't sit down obviously. So if you just bear with me, I shall come back to you very shortly and give you a demonstration of how the product works. Okay, this is it. This is how I look like. Now, bear in mind I'm in a small enclosed room and you can hear my voice outside through this. But if I turn the I will get the feedback, or if I turn it down to essential levels, there is no feedback. It's too quiet to hear. You can hear me, but not the voice changer. I have a long conversation with HyTechToyz trying to rectify this, which I'll go through in a minute. But there we go, there's no volume, a little bit of volume, just for it, and feedback. Oh, I'm going to take my helmet off, it's too warm. Oh, roasting in there. Now, on their video on YouTube of how you set this all up, this is all supposed to fit in the helmet. That's the speakers, the box speaker goes in the centre of the chin, just behind here, and then you have the two Hovey tip speakers there. This is the best I've managed to get it to work, and what I've had to do is take all the speakers out, except for the speaker out, not Hovey tips because obviously they've got to be on the front there. I've even changed the microphone to a better microphone than the one that comes with the kit. And the speaker that's meant to be here in the mask, I've had to run it all the way down inside and is right down here. It has to go all the way down here, not as they had it in their video, because of the feedback. It was atrocious, and it still is atrocious. You can hear me speaking more, you can hear the voice changer working and the amplifier, and if you get it to a volume that you can use outside, then it's just squeal, squeal, squeal. So if you just bear with me for a second, I'll just take this off and come back to it. This is a quick clip of the inside. So I've got the two Hovey tip speakers under there, their microphone. My other one, the good one, is currently just taken out. I've had to pack the front with foam, which prevents ventilation. I've had to move the amp and the voice changer module unit onto the chest plate, so that all the way down here, and wrapped in foam again to try and smother some of the feedback. Now that's how I've had to do it, bearing in mind that this is meant to be, these modules are supposed to be in the cheeks of the helmet. This speaker is meant to be in there, in the front of the mask, but all you get is constant feedback all the way down the volume. As soon as you speak, it's just squeals and is rubbish, I'm afraid. So anyway, when I bought this item, which cost me 196 Australian dollars, plus quite a bit in postage, I entered into email conversation, which I'll go through with you now. Okay. Right, please bear in mind, this is my own experience of HyTechToyz. So, having just had feedback after feedback after feedback, and this is the best I've managed to get it to, so it's not usable. This setup as is, even as spread apart as I've managed to get it, is not usable anyway. So I sent them immediately, responded to them, and we have lots of email via eBay, it's all eBay, list after list of messages, and basically right back at the start in June last year, and we are now in April, the 25th of April 2017, so this has gone on from June last year, where I contacted them and saying, hi, no matter how I fit this in my helmet, all I get is feedback, squeak, or nothing at all, please help. So they asked me, come back to me and said, what model of helmet are you using? Are you using Hobie Tips? Well, I'm using Hobie Tips because that's why I bought it. So I said, yeah, RS Prop Masters helmet, and yes, I'm trying to use the Hobie Tips and speaker. So then they said, are you using just the tips or the Y lead and the square speaker too? Basically you connect the output of the amplifier unit to a Y lead, which then connects one to the chin microphone, and the other lead goes to the Hobie Tips. So yeah, Hobie Tips and Y lead, square speaker as per the instruction diagram that they supply with the kit. Basically, and they then said, we can usually get rid of feedback, so no worries. Let's try temporarily taking the Y and the square speaker out the lips, and now it's just working on Hobie Tip. To go mic to digitizer, digitize it into amp, amp directs to Hobie speakers line. Also, which mic are you using, overhead boom or rosebud? Well, they also apply a little collar clip thing, but that made no difference whatsoever. So that's the first one, and that is the 29th of June last year. So it says here, it went quiet. No more responses from until the 25th of August, when I messaged them again. I says, any news on what you've done? Help, you know. They reply saying, we want to assist you in getting your issue resolved, but I've been handed this request for tech support. What can I help you with? So we then start the next lot of emails. So I sent a message saying, basically going back over what it is. It says, just getting pulsing, clicking or sound or feedback. Tested with and without the Hobie Tip and using Y connected exactly as per diagram. See my previous message, which is the ones I've just read out to you. This is how it ended up the conversation on the 22nd of the 6th. No worries, we'll get you squared away. So 22nd of June, no worries, we'll get you squared away. And we're now in 20th of August. So 26th of August last year. So no worries, we'll get you squared away. So anyway, they then says, just to clarify, do you think it's the digitizer acting up or the amplifier? If you play must through the amplifier from your phone or an MP3 into the Hobies, does it sound good? Okay, so then get the phone, play music through it. I've said, okay, I can get some sound out using my phone. It's not clear and quiet. Basically, I was playing the Imperial March, which I played, but anyway, the Imperial March through it. There is some breaking up on the output also, and when using the microphone, both types apply. That's the little boom thing that's in here at the minute, and the clip-on one. I just get feedback right the way down in volume, and once feedback stops, basically you cannot hear anything from the voice changer. I've filled the helmet front with several layers of foam to create sound deadening. I can't get any more in as it's now touching the chin and nose. Obviously it gets very hot and sticky now. As asked previously, it's an RS Prop Master screen accurate helmet made out of vacuum formed ABS, which is what it is. So basically the last response on this email was based on headside placement, etc. Sometimes it's tough to get rid of feedback. First thing I would try is removing the square speakers, Y cable from the wire, and just going right to the amp Hobie Tip. So we're going back through that again, even though we've done all that previously, and we're now doing it again. music works, but as soon as you put the microphones in, it's just feedback. In addition, I'm sending, this is where it goes. In addition, I am sending you a replacement amp, digitizer and a new kind of mic. Included in the box will be a prepaid return envelope. Please send back any bad, unused parts. No worries, we'll get this worked out. Somehow it's just tricky enough. You know, you think it's some material and everything else. We can. Oh, but that was the 26th of August. They're sending me some stuff. They're going to replace the bits, and then I'll just return free postage back to them. So, time goes on. And we're now in October 2016, the 26th of October, so I've waited another 2 months. And here we go again, we're back to where we were. So I emailed them and said, so what happened to my replacement parts? It's been 2 months and nothing. I'm not happy. If something doesn't happen soon, I'll be adding a new review video to my YouTube channel. Here's the video. I did warn them in October that I will do a product review and put my side across, and this is how it is. So there we go. So I told them I'm going to be putting, and immediately I done that. I get a message back. Sorry, I looked into your case. It looks like your package sent you SPS was lost. It shows no tracking data, and they give me a tracking number. I'm not the person who originally working on the system with you. Can you please tell me what the problem is so we can get this resolved? What did I buy and what did or did not work? Thank you. So they want me to go through the whole lot again. Now, bearing in mind, she's told me what was sent, and it appears to have got lost. So this person has looked into what it is, and you know, I've got to tell them what I bought. They should know what I bought. But one thing I have missed out, between the second lot of emails, I sent a request for a refund via PayPal saying want the money back because it's not working. So HyTechToyz declined the refund, and that's when I got the contact back. So that last lot of emails. So PayPal was declined. They're going to refund, send the parts, which is what that discussion is, send me the amps and bits and pieces. So we'll just quickly recap on this. What happened with the replacement parts, 2 months, not happy, blah blah blah. They've said it's gone missing. I'm not the person who was assisting you previously, please tell me what's gone wrong. I said, I'm not going through this again. It's been going on for months. You find out who's dealing with it. You have the tracking numbers. It's all in the system. Refund me for my items. And then they replied to that, but I was unhappy. I want to read up. Sorry, you're unhappy with the product. And that was it. Sorry, you're unhappy with the product. So I replied, the product will be fine. The problem is when it failed to work correctly, I was promised parts, which never happened, so I requested a refund via PayPal, as I just explained, which was declined as an offer of replacement parts was put in place. These parts never arrived, now I'm being requested for all the same info all over again. It is the service that has let me down. Had you, not necessarily you in person, to the person who's replying to me now, sent the parts as promised, in the first instance, I would have been happy. The item is exactly what I was looking for, but now 100 months later, I still do not have a working stormtrooper voice system with active speakers. And the message from HyTechToyz was, well, I apologise. It sounds like we really dropped the ball. I would say your frustration is very understandable, in capital letters. Okay, let's get you fixed up. What do you need to get you up and running? So I replied, I was being sent a new system with a better new type of microphone. Apparently, personally, now really I just want a refund. On the 26th of October 2016, at 19:16 hours, when it came through to me, now that's obviously my local time here in Australia, 19:16, Okay, I will see what I can do for you. Thanks. And that was it. That was the last contact I had from HyTechToyz. Time has passed. I can no longer claim again from PayPal and get my money back. So this is my review. This is my honest, what has happened to me personally, my personal review. I've got all the emails. If anyone from HyTechToyz would like to return my money, I'd be happy to receive that. And I'll put a footnote on it to say that it's all sorted, that it's all squared up. But currently, from June last year, we're now in April this year, no replacement parts, no refund. So, my reviews. Personally, it's rubbish. The customer service was rubbish. Marks out of 10 is I wouldn't buy it. And that is my recommendation to any of you out there that watches this video to the end, to now. Please, don't buy it. There's other makes of voice changers out there, and I'm sure they will work just as well, if not better than this one. And I hope that you don't have any issues. Catch you later.